Many new parents are surrounded by people but still feel unsupported. That's because support is more than visiting, holding the baby, and then saying, let me know if you need something. Real support is practical, clinical, and emotional. And when families understand the difference, your postpartum experience can feel a lot less overwhelming. In this video, let's talk about what real support looks like after your baby arrives. Practical support is support that protects mom's energy or the parent's energy. Practical support looks like doing things around the house like washing dishes, cleaning, folding laundry, washing clothes, or holding the baby so mom can rest, shower, and eat. Practical support is also either cooking or providing meals. Maybe you call mom and ask what her favorite restaurant is and say that you're going to have that meal delivered to her and ask her what day that week works best for her and the family. Practical support matters more than people realize because this type of support helps the family to not get to the point of exhaustion where taking care of the baby and handling the day to day gets more overwhelming if you're very tired. Clinical support. So, a lot of times when you think about clinical support, for the baby, you think about your pediatric provider. And for the mom, you think about your OB or whoever assisted you during your birth. But clinical support can go far beyond what you typically think it means. Clinical support also includes providers like lactation consultants for feeding or a doula if you have them on your postpartum team. It can also include who to talk to after hours if you have a question. Maybe your pediatric provider has a support line or a nurse advice line that you can call. There are also many telehealth services now that can answer questions for you during and after hours. That is covered by insurance sometimes. It also includes your specialty pediatric providers. Like if your baby had a certain condition that required additional follow up after discharge, you might need to know who to call for those things. Common pediatric providers outside of your primary care that I typically see might be cardiology or urology. When it comes to clinical support, having them all listed somewhere where you can reach for them and have them ready when those questions do arrive is very helpful. So, knowing who to call, when to call, and how to call can help reduce overwhelm when you notice something that's a little bit off with your baby or with you. The third type of support that is important during this period is emotional support. Emotional support might be your partner, a trusted friend, or family member, and it might also be a mental health provider. This is important, especially if your birth or immediate postpartum period included something traumatic, because these types of beginnings can increase the likelihood of things like postpartum depression. I also want to talk a little bit about why asking for help can be hard. And I want to encourage you to not think about it that way. Support is something that is essential in the postpartum period. You need rest, you need to recover, you need to accept help when it's offered to you, and you also need to feel comfortable and empowered to reach out for help when you need it. Help or asking for help does not mean that you are not coping well. Asking for help does not mean that you are being a burden to someone. Most of your support system is willing to help, but they just don't know what ways you need help. That is what I particularly found during my postpartum period, is that people were willing to help, but I just did not know how to reach out and receive that help, because I wanted to come off like I had it all together and that, I didn't need anything. But it is very, very essential to have that support in place and to also receive that help when you need it. And don't wait until you're extremely overwhelmed. Put that support system in place early. So whenever you need anything, everyone knows exactly what they are supposed to be doing and what you may need in that moment. If this helped you, subscribe for simple, supportive newborn guidance every week. And if someone you love is expecting, share this with them.